Hello buddy, it's Bendominator and welcome back to another video. We are at a point where Fortnite is almost 5 years old at this point, so naturally after all that time you're going to start to see a decline in people's enjoyment of the game. But what we're seeing in this season alone is kind of much larger than anything that we've seen before when it comes to the community disliking the game and leaving the game and people getting burnt out. It seems this season is kind of the pinnacle of people being burnt out of Fortnite. But I think that there is a big misconception as to why this is happening. A lot of people seem to be blaming the game itself and the amount of content we're getting. I saw this tweet from Mr. Top 5 that kind of sparked my interest in this topic, and it's mostly because it kind of echoes a lot of the sentiment that I've seen around the community, and it definitely does not echo everyone's sentiment, but a majority of what you can find on places like Reddit and Twitter. So the tweet reads, "It's sad to see the state Fortnite is in. No content, YouTubers quitting. I miss the days of great weekly updates and insane events, map changes, and skins. Viewership seems low for every channel on YouTube. Does anyone else feel the same?" And this is definitely a type of tweet I have seen a lot, more specifically during this season. So before I share my follow-up response to this tweet, I want to kind of go over what's correct. What does Mr. Top 5 accurately depict in this tweet? One of the things is a lot of YouTubers are quitting, not just YouTubers, but competitive players. That is a fact. That is true. Benji Fishy is a big example of this. He said in an interview that he really is just tired of the game at this point. It doesn't really matter what they do with it.
Genuinely, like World Cup, like pumps, I mean anything, bro. Like I can't. The game just isn't as it used to be for me, and it doesn't matter what they do with the game. I'm always gonna think the same a bit.
Okay.
You know? And I'm pretty set on that. Maybe, who knows, maybe in a few years time, like I'll be like, if Fortnite comes still around and maybe I'm getting bored of Valorant, you know what, maybe. But that's literally few years, bro. I generally can't see myself coming back to Fortnite for like 2 years.
Another thing that Mr. Top 5 accurately states is that viewership is pretty low for the majority of channels that cover Fortnite at the moment. My channel has seen it, other channels have seen it. General interest online in the game is lower right now. So yes, it is harder to make Fortnite content at the moment due to the fact that it is harder to get views off that content, but if you're really passionate about the game, then that wouldn't really be a problem. But the fact of the matter is a lot of these creators aren't passionate about the game anymore. A lot of these creators have been doing this since early Chapter 1, some of them even since Season 1 or pre-Season 1. And that's where a lot of the problem here lies. Whether or not you started in early Chapter 1 or Chapter 2, you've been playing this game for a long time at this point, especially if you are a major content creator. Some people are just joining the game, and I don't think those people are really complaining much. But the people that have been sticking with this game since Chapter 1 or even early Chapter 2, yeah, they're gonna be burned out. However, not everyone is going to be burned out. Case in point, I have been playing this game since Chapter 1 Season 2. I started consistently playing it in Chapter 1 Season 3 and 4, and I started making content on the game in Chapter 2 Season 3. I have been uploading content for this game multiple times a week ever since the launch of Chapter 3 Season 4. And I recognize that the amount of time I've been making content may not match the amount of time a bunch of other creators have been making content, but the point still stands. I've been playing this game for an extremely long time as well, and I haven't really found myself to be burnt out. And that's not to say that other people shouldn't feel burnt out. That's just to say that not everyone is burnt out. Not everyone who's been playing for a super long time is burnt out of the game, but there obviously is a large group of people who are. But it's not really for the reasons you would think. It's not for the reasons Mr. Top 5 states. And this is where we get into my follow-up. So of course Mr. Top 5 kind of states that the game is lacking map changes, new skins, insane events, all that kind of stuff. So in response I tweet this. We still get weekly content. We have gotten 2 new named POIs plus plenty of other unnamed POIs this season alone. New weapons consistently and a decent amount of new skins. We would be lucky to see any of this in Chapter 2. The game's just getting stale for people, unfortunately. Now, the point of this response here is to kind of remind people of how good we actually have it right now. Does that mean you have to like all of this content? No. But it's at least important to recognize how much we're actually getting. And to say that we're not getting as much content as we used to is just false. So I think it's kind of strange to say that people will be quitting the game or the game is bad because we're not getting enough content. For people who are truly burnt out of this game, the content doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do to the game, you're still gonna be burnt out. So it's not the lack of content that's the problem. It's the lack of enthusiasm and enjoyment for the game. That happens due to the fact of playing this game for so long over so many years. Now, just because the game has a lot of content out, does that mean it's all good content? Well, that's up to you. And for some people, maybe it's not. But the fact is, we still get consistent updates. We still get consistent map changes, and we're getting more than we ever really did in Chapter 2. So that's all just to say the content isn't the problem. So then what is the problem? Well, like I said before, a majority of people leaving the game right now or getting burnt out or complaining about it have been playing this game for a very long time, probably multiple years. That within itself is a problem. If you play something for a long time, if you do the same thing, whether it be anything, for that long, you will most likely get burnt out. Like I said before, not everyone will, but a lot of people will. Another fact of the matter is there may be people that do not enjoy the content that we're receiving in the brand new seasons. Just because we're getting content doesn't mean that everyone's going to like it. In which case, yeah, it would make sense to not want to play the game if they're adding things that you don't enjoy or making changes that you don't agree with. Combine that with playing the game for a long time, if you find the game stale and you find the content unenjoyable, that's a recipe for disaster. So all of this is to say that there isn't really a lack of content. A lack of content is not an issue with Fortnite at the moment. Has it been an issue in the past? Yes, but in this particular moment in time, I don't think it's really fair to the developers to say that this game is lacking content at the moment in a season where they have been just giving us brand new things left and right. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on this topic at hand. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Are you burnt out of Fortnite or are you still enjoying it? Do you enjoy the content that we've been getting? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts, just based on the people in my community, the general feelings about the game in this current point in time. So yeah, be sure to leave a comment sharing your opinions on the game at the current moment if you would like to. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you are brand new. I make videos like this all the time. And you can also use my supporter creator code, Bendominator, in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.